Hey y'all, it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Vlogmas. It is about 6:30 here in Houston, Texas, and I am getting ready to make dinner. Just got home from work and I want to do a leftover makeover tonight. I had originally planned to do some grilling. I had like kielbasa sausage and like squash and zucchini. We were just gonna grill it and have that. But we have a lot of leftovers in the fridge right now, and so I think what I'm gonna do is actually make 2 flatbreads. I have a Pillsbury dough pizza crust that I bought. I actually went to Trader Joe's to try to get their pizza crust and they were completely out of it. They have like a pizza dough they keep in the refrigerator section. I was gonna grab that, cut it in half and use it, but instead I'm just gonna use the Pillsbury dough crust that comes in a can, and I'm gonna make an Italian style pizza with the ground beef from the manicotti the other day, as well as I'm going to do a Mexican style pizza with the ground venison from when I made tostadas the other day. So a couple things that you guys have already seen, but now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna transform some of those leftovers into flatbread pizzas. So hope you guys will enjoy this video. I'm gonna show you what's in the fridge right now and then we can start assembling our dinner. Since Trader Joe's didn't actually have the pizza dough I wanted, I went ahead and grabbed some things to make a quick caprese salad for an appetizer for us. So I grabbed a beefsteak tomato, some fresh basil. Some of this is browning a little bit. I'll probably use those for pesto later on this week and then just use the greenest ones I can find in here. And then these cute little whole milk fresh mozzarella. There are little mozzarella balls in here, so I'm probably just gonna cut these in half and then put a little olive oil, salt, pepper, and balsamic vinegar on top of that, and that will be kind of our appetizer while I'm getting the flatbreads done. This is the pizza crust I ended up getting. My H-E-B near me, which is also like directly across the street from the Trader Joe's, doesn't have a lot of options for fresh pizza dough, so I just grabbed this one. I think it was like $2.50, which oddly enough, that's actually more expensive than the Trader Joe's pizza crust, but that's okay. You have to do what you gotta do. So this actually rolls out into like a square. You can kind of see there's a square on the page, on the picture here. And I'm gonna cut it into 2 pieces and do 2 different flatbreads. And then out of the fridge, this is my fridge. It's a mess. There's so many leftovers in here all the time. Like I have in here, I have like a few things of Brussels sprouts. We're probably not gonna put that on anything. But I have this ground beef, which I'm gonna pull this out. This is the ground beef from when I did the manicotti. We're gonna use that for certain. Then I have this ground venison here. This is gonna be what we use for the Mexican pizza. This is like the taco meat, so it's already seasoned. And then what else do I have? Oh, this is some chili con carne. That's manicotti leftovers. But I think what I'm gonna do, I have some Gouda in here. I might use that on one of the pizzas. I know that I have some sharp cheddar. That might be good for a pizza. Parmesan, that would work for one of the pizzas to top it with, but I wanna get some melty cheese, so probably this Gouda. And then all sorts of other cheeses in here, but it looks like the sharp cheddar. So it looks like my Italian pizza might just have like Gouda on it, because the rest of this is kind of like harder cheeses that won't melt very well. That'll be perfectly fine. So I'll do the Gouda for the Italian pizza and then the sharp cheddar for the Mexican pizza. And then for sauces, I'm just gonna use exactly the same marinara that I used for the manicotti. Super simple, and that checks the box, right? It's done. And then for the Mexican pizza, I think I have, yep, I do, an open jar of enchilada sauce in here. So instead of using a marinara, I'm just going to pour some enchilada sauce on it and then add the meat and cheese and then probably some vegetables. So these 2 of our sauces, we decided our cheeses, we have our meats. Now we're gonna look for some vegetables. There's always so many in here. So I have some spinach and kale I could put on top of there if I wanted to. That might be good on the Italian pizza. I have a little bit of onion I could cut up if I wanted to. I do, however, have this orange, oh, the refrigerator's like, shut me. I have this orange bell pepper here. I might chop some of this up and put on the Mexican pizza because it's actually getting all wrinkly, so it needs to be used. So we're gonna use that for certain. Oh, here's a good idea. I have just a few green beans. This is like not enough green beans for anybody to actually eat. And some of them might be going bad. So I'm gonna pull out the good green beans and use these on top of our like Italian style pizza. Perfect, we're using up vegetables. This is a leftover makeover, people. how you do it. You pull things out of your fridge, put it together, and it becomes a meal. I don't think I can use anything in here. I just have a bunch of other vegetables that are kind of allotted for different meals, so I'm probably not gonna be able to use any of these because I have to use them later this week. So I think that's a good start. Oh, there's some lettuce back there in case you wanted to put some lettuce on top of the pizza when it's done, like on the Mexican one, and make it, you know, kind of like a tostada. And let's see, I think that's about it that I can use. If I didn't have this enchilada sauce in here, I always keep in the pantry some sauces like that. So in the pantry here, I have, well, another jar of marinara that I could have used if I didn't have that. But I also have this green enchilada sauce. So this one would have been a good option in case I didn't have that other one that was already opened. But I think that's what we're gonna do. Quick and easy leftover makeover with things that were just left over in the fridge. These are the flatbreads before they go into the oven. On the Italian one, I did go ahead and add a little bit of Italian seasoning to it because this ground beef really wasn't seasoned because it was meant to go in with other seasonings, so to make it more Italian. And then I put some spinach on top. For the spinach, I kind of pulled off some of the stems. Adam doesn't like prefer to have that in there, and if it doesn't cook down all the way, he'll just be like picking them out. And then on this side, with the enchilada sauce, the cheese, and the venison, I did not add any extra seasoning because this taco meat is so heavily seasoned as well as the enchilada sauce that I didn't think it needed any extra seasoning. And then I just added the orange bell peppers here. These, I'm just gonna follow the directions on the package. It said 400 degrees for 8 minutes. And then I'm gonna test them and see what they look like. And then I'll probably add some Parmesan on the top of here in the end. And I could envision this being eaten with like some sour cream to dip it in. Adam will probably use ranch with this, maybe with both. He has already started having part of the snack that I made for us, or appetizer. And these will be out and done in just a few minutes. Everything looks like it turned out pretty well. I think that I could have obviously put way more spinach on here since it shrunk up so much. But the bottom looks nice and crispy. Although it's a little, I don't know if I like this dough very much, but it's still brown on the bottom. Maybe not as crispy as I'd like it to be though. But not bad for a leftover makeover. And overall, the flatbread turned out really well. It was very brown on the bottom, but it wasn't as crispy as I'd like it to be. I think that if I had lowered the oven temperature and cooked it for longer, I did cook it for almost 20 minutes. So more than twice what the recipe said, or what the package, the Pillsbury dough package said. So I think I'm not gonna trust that in the future. And then I may try using a different pan next time, or spreading it out thinner on a larger pan. But it looks really good. The cheese is really melty, and I'm excited to dig into dinner. If you guys enjoyed videos like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Hope you're having a great Vlogmas.